Today is Joseph Smith's birthday, and while we do not have all of the time to dedicate to his birthday, we did want to dedicate just a little bit. So for the occasion, we asked everybody to send in their testimonials of why they know Joseph Smith is the prophet. And we chose one to air on the stream today for everyone. That lucky winner is Walt Chidester. He is going to be calling in any minute now with his testimony of why Joseph Smith is the prophet. While we wait for his call, maybe...
Okay, Carson here. While we're waiting for the call, sorry, we're a little bit frazzle dazzle, everyone. So anyway, so Joseph Smith, it's his birthday today. And like Brett was saying, we did want to dedicate a little bit of time to honor the prophet's birthday. And like Brett said, we did send out an email, and we got many submissions, people sending in their testimony of the prophet. And we there was one person who really stood out. They wrote a really, really long testimony. I read it. I don't think Brett did. Did you, Brett?
I took a glance at it. I skimmed over it.
But anyway, he should be calling in any minute now via Skype. But anyway, while we're here, I just want to go ahead and maybe bear my testimony a little bit while we're waiting for Walt. I hope everyone can hear me. But I didn't always know that Joseph Smith was a prophet. I always wanted to know and always wanted to seek that knowledge, because if I didn't know that, it would be very difficult for me to know anything else about the church and it being true. So I searched the scriptures and I prayed with all my might, and when I was reading the Book of Mormon, I'd read it many times, but one time I was reading it and I got an overwhelming feeling that this is a true book. This is scripture that is meant for our time. And I got a testimony of the Book of Mormon, and I realized that because I had that testimony, it didn't matter if I knew that Joseph Smith was the prophet. At that point, I knew the Book of Mormon was true. And if the Book of Mormon's true, then Joseph Smith was certainly a prophet of God. And I know that many of our viewers have sent in their testimonies, and I wish that we had time to have everyone talk about it. But once again, we have a big, giant program for everyone. Going to be starting at 7 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. And I hope everyone is pumped for Christmas and for our Christmas show. Anything to say, Brett?
Well, we've spent a lot of time working this week to put together such a great show, and it was a busy week for all of us, and I'm sure for all of you guys as well, because Christmas is coming up. We have a lot of families coming into town, and you're doing a lot of maybe Christmas shopping for little ones, and just making sure that everything is going smoothly in the holidays. My father, he always used to cook up I can't figure this out. A very large a pan of lasagna. My father loves lasagna. And so every Christmas he would spend days preparing his lasagna. Oh, I believe we have Walt on the line. Everybody.
Hold on one second, Walt. It looks like we're getting some feedback. Can you hear us, Walt?
I sure can.
Well, welcome to the show. We got done introducing the fact that you wrote us a very beautiful email, and we wanted to give you a chance to bear your testimony of the prophet live on the air. And
well, it's his birthday. You know, a lot of people this time of year they celebrate Christmas and the birth of the Savior. Well, the prophet Joseph Smith, of course, because of him, we know that the Savior was born on April 6th. It wasn't December 25th at all. It was April 6th. So what we really should be celebrating this time of year is the birth of the prophet Joseph Smith.
well, wonderful. I think that is definitely something that we need to not gloss over and forget. Joseph Smith is an extremely important individual in all of our lives, and I agree. But go ahead, caller, and...
I think it's just a matter of time before every knee shall bow and bend and every tongue confess that Joseph Smith was a prophet of the last dispensation of man. Well, one thing that I find very comforting with the prophet is the true and everlasting covenant. This is in Doctrine and Covenants now. You kids are pretty young, but I'm actually a 70, but not the kind that you might think. Back in my day, we had 70s in the local wards, and I was set apart as a 70, probably back before you kids were even born. And I presume I still am a 70. Now they got us, meeting in priesthood meeting with these young kids still wet behind their ears. But I have no control over that. But what I do have control over is how I live the gospel. And I know, for example, that when my dear wife passed away 17 years ago, I knew that if I were to remarry, which I did, and be sealed to my new bride in the temple, in the house of the Lord, I knew that because of the true and everlasting covenant of eternal marriage, that I would have both of my wives in the next life. And we have the prophet Joseph Smith to thank for that. Another gift that I have been blessed with, do you know what the gift of Aaron is?
Yeah, the Aaronic priesthood.
You would think so. Not so much. Back in 1833, Joseph Smith came out with the Book of Commandments. Now, we know it as the Doctrine and Covenants now, but in 1833 it was the Book of Commandments. And what essentially is Doctrine and Covenants section 8 now, you have the Lord speaking to Oliver Cowdery through Joseph Smith. And originally, Doctrine and Covenants section 8, I think it's verse 1, originally said, the Lord said to Oliver, you have the gift, which is the gift of working with the rod. And this rod of nature will teach you many things. Well, it's a divining rod. Joseph Smith, the Lord, through Joseph Smith, told Oliver Cowdery that he had a gift of working with a divining rod. And the divining rod, he could ask it yes or no questions, and it would
Okay,
answer.
caller, I think we're getting a little off topic here. I'm sorry if I'm being rude or anything, but just go give us your testimony of the prophet Joseph Smith and how you know that he's a prophet and.
Well, my second wife, Lisa, like Joseph Smith, with his wives, she's a younger woman. I mean, now keep in mind we live in Alabama, and this is perfectly legal here. That my wife, she's 17 years old, like several of Joseph Smith's wives, and I know for a fact, because of the prophet Joseph Smith, that my wife Lisa and I and Gertrude will all be sealed together in the celestial kingdom, hopefully having, what do you kids call it? Is that menage a trois? Is that, I don't know if that's...
Pardon me?
Is that the correct term?
For
menage
what?
A trois?
Anyways,
the three of us will be together in the celestial kingdom in the next life. And I just think that's fantastic. I'm not sure if that's the right word for it, but we'll be together forever. And it will be an eternity of making spiritual babies. And using my divining rod to determine
turn it off.
Positions they want to use.
Turn it off. Turn it off.
No.
Hold on.
Fantastic.
Right.
The divining rod, for example, Lisa introduced me to a thing called the 60.
No, turn him off.
Do you know what
the other microphone still... Hold on, let me go to the Skype. Let me go to the Skype.
Now, see what my face.
Go to the standby.